in from square leg. Mahlikihla. Blind cricket action. That's what you join us at. And you join us right on time as the batter was targeting us from his crease. It's Central Gauteng Lions who are in the red. And as you can see, they playing red hot cricket. Creativity on a high. They must have gotten high scores for art and culture. But we are not in a classroom. We are out at Tills Sports Ground, the home of Delta Cricket Club here in Durban, and we are in the heart of Durban itself. You join us for some smashing cricket as it is the T20 national tournament. The very best of the country's blind cricketers coming together and seeing who is the best in the country and who might make their way to the World Cup. As this ball seems to make its way to the boundary, there is a man stationed at the cow corner. We have Poppy Kenyim, who was cleaning up that ball, throwing it back. And it's 3 runs to end the over. Welcoming you to Pitch Vision, where Central Gauteng Lions are taking on Free State. You join us on the 5th over, and as you can see, the score is not a joke. It is what we have been watching so far. A master partnership between Buhle Bidla and Siyavuya Mahlikihla. They are absolutely torching everything that we are watching here. The sun must be envious of the heat that these boys are generating. Even their shirts can't withstand it being bright red. The partnership worth 73 runs, and they are nearly scoring at 15 runs and over. Whip out whatever formulas you have, whatever answer you receive should tell you that this is an exorbitant amount of runs given the amount of balls that have been delivered, and it is a crazy run rate. Lions, they won the toss and they chose to bat first, and now we can see why. Patrick Taiwo, he has the ball and looking to bring woes to this bowling attack. or to this batting attack rather, because the Central Gauteng Lions are still looking to bring woes to the bowling attack as they have been since ball 1. Siyavuya Mahlikihla has been imperious as he continues to do so. 44 from 24 balls. Very cheeky cricket, as you can see, using his smarts, just placing the ball out of the reach of the B1 player, and they are able to exchange an easy single, bringing Buhle Bidla back onto the strike. Bidla is a B2 player. Patrick Taiwo, a B1 bowler, completely unsighted, coming from around the wicket, using his right arm, bowling to the right-handed Buhle Bidla, and he smashes it to the deep, fine leg fielder. Not really deep, he's just standing outside of the ring as they exchange for 2 runs. Modiba Maloba, number 13, finishing that fielding effort, supporting his bowler Patrick Taiwo as he drops in deeper in the fine leg position. Bidla was going for a whack as Amul Bidliza. Nothing coming from it because the ball was far away from the bat and swung for the heavens, but swinging at air. It's a no ball because the ball rolled off the pitch. It's an extra delivery to be delivered and an extra run given away. 79 for no loss. What a start from the Central Gauteng Lions. And what a shot that is from Bidla. Penetrates the fielding man. He's running for it but could only run over the boundary with the ball still ahead of him. 4 runs. Buhle Bidla moves the score to 83 with a stunning cricket shot with the ball drifting down the legs. He chases after it just like the fielder chased after it, and he gets maximum rewards for his efforts. He moves now to 26 from just 20 balls. We're hearing the Central Gauteng players saying hit it hard, just like that, and man does he give it a whack, running for 2, the ball being held up by the thick lush bush of the grass, and the overthrow now conceding the 3rd run, and now they're coming for the 4th run. How good is this awareness? A boundary running as they tease for a 5th one, with Free State needing to calm down just a little bit. High awareness coming from the batters, moving their partnership now to 83 runs. The pressure and the fan cheers from the fielders and the other players of Gauteng Lions. They are probing and pushing the players to keep on running, and unfortunately, the fielder ran the wrong direction as Modiba Maloba heard the ball from a different direction, and it ran all the way to the boundary. 4 runs, and they now move into the nice 90s. 92 for no loss. What a start to this match. The birds croaking behind me certainly agree. Patrick Taiwo plays it into the very open space, does Buhle Bidla. Here comes Modiba. A good collection this time, and they're coming for a 3rd ball as a lackadaisical throw. That small throw allowing for the 3rd run to be taken by the Central Gauteng Lions. What a good partnership and understanding between these 2 batters. They end the 6th over excellently, much like how they started this entire inning. 95 for no loss. This is a superb start from the Central Gauteng Lions. Free States are being caged. And they are being caged in a maze that they can't seem to work out, as the Central Gauteng Lions are pinging the ball wherever they want, casting a haze over the feeling and the mood of the Free States. Buhle Bidla, 37 in 23 balls. Siyavuya Mahlikihla, 45 in 25 balls, each striking at 160 and 180 respectively. That is indeed a respectable strike rate. And what you will do is respect that shot as well, much like you will do the fielding in the deep. But they're coming back for number 3. Will they make it home? This is magnificent running from Mahlikihla and Bidla. This is absolutely brilliant, as umpire Nduduzi Ntuli does a no-ball jive for us. Extra run, extra ball. And another one of those as Bidla strikes it back to Jackson Mate. Mate stopping that with his boot. Collects it up as well. B1 bowler is Mate. A true test in front of him. Buhle opens up, and what a cracking shot that is from Bidla. The strength is mesmerizing from these players. The fans are cheering, and it's 100 up. 100 up for Central Gauteng Lions. A clipper in the partnership. They are clipping all the hopes and dreams for this Free States team. Still having players who can still bat in that lineup. Jackson Mage bowls it behind the square. That's where the ball goes. Hitting it behind, as the ball was bowled behind the batter. Lions have been tased here. Doesn't know where to put it. It's a shocking experience for the bowler. Goes exorbitantly wide as the ball leaves the pitch. Signals a no ball. Does Sombisi. Winds coming through, and people from the Siwelele train will be hoping that it is a breeze that brings a wind of change for them. Buhle Bidla looking to do otherwise as he guides and hits that ball behind square again. There's a quick second single. Very good awareness from Mahlikihla. What he saw is that the ball was coming to a safe end. The ball was coming slow to that safe end, and calculated that he could make it safely to the other side, which he so too does. 109 for no loss. The ball being hit past the short mid-wicket fielder. It's coming back. And Jackson Mage is having a toughie today, going for 20 and over. Mahlikihla, he's a B3 player, playing with a bit of confidence now, just marching off the crease.
Do! Hey, come with it. Otherwise, we'll get into the account.
Over number 7 coming to a close.
Hamilton.
We're just doing our auditing checks, making sure that the balls that the umpire was counting and the scorers are in reconciliation. Score now is 113, and there's still no wicket loss for Central Gauteng Lions. The two opening batters at the top, looking to take it to the top. They've been doing so quite I can't even have the words to tell you. The run rate says so itself. 16.14. 16.14. At this rate, they are going to score 320 runs. Oh, you can only laugh at what the mathematics is telling us. 320 runs in a 20 over game would be quite ridiculous to watch. And so far, it has been so entertaining to narrate, and hopefully it's been an exquisite one for you to watch on. Patrick Taiwo. He bowls now his 4th and final over, going for 16 runs and over, bowling a 2. Mahlikihla. Both batters have now reached 50 runs, now moving to 54. The game is moving so quickly, and we have to apologize for missing the 50 runs. They now move to 54. We have a young fan coming to join us, exchanging some conversation. Always love it when you have fans around. Always love it when the cricket is good, just like that. Ball being played to the cow corner. And a single by Mahlikihla, now going to 55 runs. I was so taken aback by what these guys are doing that I missed their personal stats. Moving to 51 now is Mutlebila. Moving to 52 is Mutlebila. Moving to 53. They are panicking here, our Free State. It is as if the batting has ripped out their heads and turned them to chicken, running around everywhere trying to just compose themselves and seem like they are in control. But the control is all in red, just like that shot. But luckily enough, Kenyi with a brilliant stop from behind, stopping that boundary-ridden ball for just 1. Last ball of the over. Square leg umpire Manny Mothilal even signalling so. So I'm sure we are getting it right. Just like how Mutlebila got the connection to that, but the placement a bit off as he found the deep square leg fielder, and that's how they finished this over off with a brace of runs. 126 in 8 overs. I had to say it very slowly so that we all understand that I'm not twisting my words, nor am I twisting my tongue. 126 for no loss in 8 overs. They are batting at a mesmerizing 15.75 runs and over. Mutlebila 55 in 31. Siyavuya Mahlikihla on 56 in 32. They are both striking at around 175 and 177. So it's not just a one-way show between the two batters. The partnership is equally distributed in all senses. One has 3 boundaries, the other has 4 boundaries. One is 1 run ahead, the other. It's just equal in how they are contributing to what Central Gauteng Lions are producing here. Jackson Make continues with his bowling, continuing from our commentator's end. Bowls it outside the line of the off stump as Mahligihla slowly guides that to the point fielder. Wicketkeeper coming to clean it up for just a single. 127 for no loss. What a score. It's hard to believe, but that is what we are watching here. A calculated inning, measured in all its manner, the running, so methodical, so rhythmical. The sound from the bats being the beat to the song of the running between Mahligihla and Bidla. Blowing stroke going straight back over the head of Jackson Mate. The ball nearly reaching the boundary, and it's just 2 runs added. Ball very close to reaching the boundary by Bidla. Smashing that out of here. How will he respond though? Jackson Mate, halfway through his over, responds with a no ball as it rolls off the pitch. But that does not mean that Bidla will not go chasing after it, much like they chasing for the 3rd run, because it's open. And what good running. What excellent running from these two. None of them seem to be taking any heavy breaths, meaning that their engines are still running good. Umpire Mduduzi Ntuli pointing out for the no ball. 4 runs added with that ball. It's 135 for no loss. It's honestly so hard to imagine what they must do. It's so hard to try decipher this code that has been presented by Central Gauteng Lions. What do you say as a coach and as a captain, as Mahligihla just shakes himself and pushes that into the open square leg area for a single? What do you say when your bowler has been bowling wides, but when they get it straight, that happens? What do you say when there has not been a dot ball in such a long time? Must be a little bit demoralizing for the players as he limps a little bit there, does Bongani Bugaswe. We hope that he's okay, the captain of Free State. Seems to be holding his hammy. That's how we end the 9th over. It's hard to believe, ladies and gentlemen, but hear my words. It's 140 for no loss, and we have only gone through 54 balls in the inning. We are not even halfway. We are about to start the halfway inning over. It is simply brilliant. Siavuya Mahligihla now on 60 after 35. He's striking the ball at 171.43. Buhle Bidla, B2 batter. He is on 64. He too has faced 35 deliveries, so equal spoils of the load between the two batters. 182.86 is his strike rate. That should leave anyone who loves T20 cricket salivating at what they have been doing. Hopefully your drooling has been worth it, as these two batters have given you a feast of what T20 cricket is about. I have been certainly entertained. But who has not been entertained so far are Free States. But we'll join you and have this conversation again after the inning break. 9 overs gone, 140 for no loss. Look up.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. 9 overs gone, 140 for no loss, and the score will change right now. And it will change good, and it will change big. Pandle, the new bowler, is introduced into the crease with a ball that rolls off the pitch, but is chased down by Bidla, who says, "Take this," as he sends it to the deep in the fine leg for a blinding boundary. 144 for no loss. Buhle Bidla goes to 68. Murmurs around the gantry say that the coach of Central Gauteng Lions told his batters it's now or never. Take that how you want. Just like that shot from Bidla, who's running back for number 2. His runner is phenomenal. He is quick between the wickets. They come back for 2. The boys are heeding the message from their coach. It is indeed now or never, where they are chasing every single run. Pah! Did you hear the cracking sound from the bat? Look at them coming back for number 3. Yes, they do. Wonderful, wonderful cricket. I hold no bias, but the only bias I hold is that of good cricket. And this is just excellent running. Mahligihla on strike, guiding it to the B1 fielding position down on the mid wicket, and they steal an easy single, moving the partnership and the score to 150 runs. Dancing around the pitch, we seeing some AB de Villiers things here in Tulls. How some of these boys wish this was a video game. Press pause, press restart. But they can't because it keeps going from Mahligihla. He keeps running for number 3. This is fantastic. And that is a potential overthrow. And the potential comes to life. 4 runs ran and they are not even crouching. They are standing strong and already imposing himself on the crease. And how threatening is that? How scary is that for the bowling and fielding team? Oh, advancing down the pitch. The ball really puts no legs in front of. The mid wicket is standing a little bit deeper. He's nearly off the square. That's how we come halfway into the inning. The projected score 314 runs for no loss. 314. What a meal. They are having a pie here. It could potentially be decked onto their table, depending if they continue playing in this reign of terror. 314 runs is their projected score as they sit on 157 for no loss. Mahligihla on 66, Mubidla on 74. Captain Busagwe, he comes onto the charge. He's rated 18. Will he bring some danger here for the batters and finally break something? He comes in from our commentator's end, bowling to Mahligihla. The only thing he'll be rubbing is the ground as he sweeps that ball in front of mid-on. Just a single though. Taking the score to 159 for no loss. The partnership being the very same figure. Free State's failing to take this wicket. It's not coming. Busagwe, he bowls it behind the legs. Mpati was running for it. He's such an active fielder and a good one at that is number 7 for Free State. Busagwe continues bowling. Mahligihla continues batting. No way they are coming back for a second. Who am I to judge what the players are saying and thinking in the field as they come back for number 2? Incredible running. They've had their pit stop and they've put in fresh rubber. Man, are they going. Ball being hit onto the mid-on and it's a slow one. The tyres they have put on are hard. Taking a bit to warm up. We haven't seen the boundary come as yet. We saw it actually with the very first ball of the resumption of the play, and since then we see a dot ball from the first time in a very, very, very long time. Busagwe, he halts the batting for just a bit. And he does it again. All of these are introduced and welcomed. 1 ball remaining. Gauteng are saying from the far, calm down. Relax. 11 overs gone. They are now batting at just a touch less than 15 runs an over. They've been doing this since the beginning of the match. And that is why, after 11 overs, they are stationed on 162 for no loss. This is Pitch Vision's presentation of Blind Cricket South Africa. Go follow their page. They are on Twitter. They'll give you all the streaming links to where you can watch the games, view the highlights. Their Twitter handle is Blind Cricket S. So that is at Blind Cricket S. You will find Blind Cricket South Africa, giving you all the links to where you can watch this tournament, where the very best of the country's players are coming together in the shores of Durban to see who will conquer T20 supremacy in South Africa. Last year's hosts, Gauteng, they are here today. They are the defending champions. And they have only lost a match, which was a 5-over match, and that was against the team who seem to be gunning for their own championship run. KwaZulu-Natal, the host team for this tournament, they are the ones who brought in the first defeat for Central Gauteng Lions and the only defeat for Central Gauteng Lions. 4-1 read their stats after 5 games. In comes Thomas Royan, bowling to Bidla or Mahlikihla. Mahlikihla's calling the runner for number 2. Can they squeeze number 3? They've been doing so brilliantly throughout the entire inning. Now moving to 164. It's drifting down to the legs again. A ball played to the mid-wicket area. A single. 73 Mahlikihla, 75 Bidla. Same amount of balls faced. They are exchanging blows here. Ball bowled straight, saying if you miss, I hit. But he does not miss and does not miss the fielder either. Look at me twisting my tongue. How can I not be with this fine cricket by Central Gauteng? A dot ball from Royan. But it's a wide ball. That's why there was no connection from Mahlikihla. A good ball aiming for the off stump. Bidla mistiming it. For the amount of effort he put onto that stroke, the ball certainly didn't get much distance. Fielded in the deep and a single. We are at 3 o'clock here in Durban as well. Top of the hour, will it bring top of the wickets here for Royan? No, it does not. It brings what we have been watching for the past 11.5 overs. Phenomenal running and great batting as they add 2 more runs with the ball being guided to point. And it's now 170 for no loss. Smart batting here from Bidla. It even puts a smile onto my face. Cheeky cricket. The amount of control that they have in the tempo of the game is quite outstanding. Every single textbook that has anything about T20 cricket should take notes from what both Bidla and Mahlikihla are doing to Free State. 171. No wicket loss. 12 overs bowled. The running has been impeccable. The striking, even better. 168 strike rates, Mahlikihla. And the man on strike, 171, currently on 79 runs. Buhla Bukaswe comes back to bowl. Oh, there's a chance here for a run out. Oh, there was another chance now coming through. The only scare that we've really seen, self-induced, but done by Bongane Bukaswe, who fielded brilliantly as the ball was hit straight back at him. Mahlikihla was nearly halfway down the pitch, but fails to hit the stumps. He now survives and can add another 2 runs to his fantastic innings. What a sad way if it ended in that fashion. A stylistic inning with a truly brutal end, but it's still alive. The catwalk runs longer, and how nice that they're wearing red, so it's a red carpet. No ball signaled by umpire Sompisi, Unduduzo Ntuli. 1 run added as well, so that's 2 into the score, now moving their way to 179 runs. Tracks it straight, sharp onto his fielding as Bukaswe. He is actually a good fielder here for Free State. He's running around everywhere, doing a senior man's job as he should, leading by example. But what they'll need from him is a wicket. That is certainly not a wicket-taking delivery as the wind blows more bottles off the table and it brings yet another run. The bowler can excuse himself and say that gust of wind blew the ball offline. Umpire Ntuli signals a wide. 180 up. Still no wicket loss and 4 overs left, 4 balls left in this over. Bukaswe again going to clean up his own work, but there's a problem with that left hamstring. There's a problem with it. Central Gauteng are happy with these efforts. Everyone is actually happy with these efforts except for Free State. Some gentlemen are practicing next to me, but they too can't help but watch. Being hit straight now from Buhle Bukaswe. Wayward throw. They come for number 3. How good is that call? It's a pity we don't have number 27's name. But what a man and what a running display. Samkelo Khumalo. That's the runner. Ooh, Khumbulani Mphathi. The ball was in front of him. Just misjudging where he's hearing it from. And it bounced right in front of him. 2 more runs added into the score. 78 runs for Mahlikihla. You cannot take your eyes off it. 187 for no loss. Good fielding from the B1 fielder on mid-wicket, stopping that for just a single. Even those ones need to be cheered on now, because man is this a butchering. 13 overs, 188 for no loss. This is how you justify winning the toss. You say, I'm going to bat first, and then you bat. And you don't just bat, you spell it with all capital letters. You bat. And aren't they doing that, these two? No scoreboard. Score sheet. Only Royan has bowled and has an economy rate of lower than 9 or lower than 10. Every other bowler in the double figures: 13.5, 11, 14.
No for no one.
The economy rates are growing up in their adolescence, all in their teens. 190 up here for Central Gauteng Lions. Buhle Bidla nearing his 90s, currently on 86. Ball smashed back straight though. Royan cleans it up and cleans it up really good. Royan bowls it outside the off stump. It has been driven away. It's stopped there at mid-off. Just another single. The pacing of the inning is incredible. We were talking about it earlier on. How they haven't dropped below 14 is beyond me. Just to tell you how crazy it has been, 27 extras, 100 and God knows what runs from the bat. My head is not that quick. It has been blown away by this running and this batting that continues to blow me away. But some way, somehow, Free States must not drop their heads. Some way, somehow, they must understand that they too still have a chance to bat. And some way, somehow, they need to stop this obliterating run scoring. But it's very hard to do when the decisiveness of the calling and the quickness between the pitch is this good. The trust that they have between each other, the runners, top class. Give it a chef's kiss. 196 for no loss. 2 Kleeper on the cards. Going for a hoik was Mahligihla. He too now very much into the 80s as he's going to 84. Bowls it straight, goes up into the air, does Bidla. Places it perfectly as it's in open space. Are they thinking about it? They definitely keep thinking about it. The throw is poor. The throw is faulty to the point where the punishment for the fault is yet another run. They run 4 and they have been doing this for 13 overs. Now for 14, they've been doing this for 84 balls. And they do not seem to be stopping. 200 up. 200. 200 runs up. I'm trying to alert the team in the distance so that they understand the magnitude of their inning. 200 runs up, 92 is Buhle Bidla. 84 is Mahligihla. It's hard not to talk about how good it's been to watch. It's so difficult. But to say that there's been a point in the game that I have not enjoyed, I would be telling you false truths. "201 runs and still 6 overs to go." They are again thinking about Mahligihla. Even the direct hit is not celebrated, but they get their cheers, they get their claps. The pitch feels like it's short for these two runners. The ground seems small as well. The bats are looking massive in the eyes of the bowlers. So is the ball to the batters as he clatters that onto the cover. Look at Bugaswe. The hustle is wonderful as he goes to clean up his own bowling down at the mid-off area. He is limping as he's running towards these balls. His steps are staggered, but still he puts in the efforts, leaving it all on the field. The ball straightens, it's been clapped up into the air past the B1 fielder. And it's 1 run. "95 runs for Buhle Bidla. 87 for Mahligihla. He is on strike. The ball curves down left. He follows it and claps that for a cover drive. Running down is Bongani Bugaswe, collects it. It's so difficult for the team. It's easy to just give up and say, look, he's hit me again. Let me just drag my feet and collect. But it's competition. You need to hustle to the very end because you never know when the break point might be. Bongani Bugaswe. Siyavuya Bidla, Siyavuya Mahligihla rather, hits it to the mid-wicket area. 1 run, 211. And on to the 90s is Mahligihla. Halfway into the 90s is Bidla. 211 runs is the partnership. Bugaswe bowls it down the leg side. They take the bye. No ball signaled by umpire Nduduzo Ntuli. And it's a cascade of runs. Central Gauteng Lions man coming to catch up on what's going on with his men. And what's been going on is that they've been hoiking it like that. Look at the efforts from Party. Fielding that at the square leg fielder. That deserves a round of applause as he stops it for 1. And with that, he ends the over. 15 gone. 214 runs. They are scoring at 14.27. It's poor. They were scoring at 16. How dare they drop their standards? But it's so difficult for Free States right now. You're trying to look, trying to find some positives, but at least the sun is out. Thirty more balls to go. Mahligihla on 91. Bidla on 95. Have a slight delay in the game. It's an exchange of wicket keepers. Exchange of the umpires has been completed. Of the wicket keepers rather. They need to find something that might work here. It's very dark for them, our Free States. 214 after 15 overs. No wicket lost so far from Central Gauteng Lions. Siyavuya Mahlikihla, 91 from 57 balls. And from Simon Mana, almost claiming the wickets with Mahlikihla hitting it over the head of Kumbulani Mpati. And look at that lazy fielding, allowing for 3 lazy runs for Central Gauteng Lions. If this was at the beginning of the match, they could have ran 4. They've done that several times actually, Mahlikihla and Bidla. 94. Bidla now on strike. 95. He works it to Mpati. Mpati is actually a brilliant fielder in that mid-wicket. B1, he's completely blind. He cannot see. Therefore, his return is a little bit delayed, allowing for the second run, moving Bidla to 97. Bidla strikes. It's going all the way. It's 100 for Bidla. That's how he strikes his century. And what a brilliant batting performance. 101. Every single ball has been a spectacle. Much like how he brought his 100 up. 223 for no loss. And Bidla is doing wonders with that wand. It's absolute magic and it's wizardry. Now the Gauteng players catch up. Now he's making space for Mahlikihla to make his way to his century. Currently on 94 runs. Buhle has essentially faced 10 overs, 102. Mahlikihla sweeps that across and goes to the deep mid-wicket area. They coming back for the second run. And how in the word are they not tired? The fitness is elite. Simon Nama Aganamile. It's just darkness. The shot from Mahlikihla. There's an opportunity. Here it might come. Will he make it home? He misses the stumps. There was the opportunity. There it was. A lapse of concentration from the batters. Really wanting the strike is Mahlikihla. That 100 is so close. But look at it, almost costing his wicket. 16 overs gone. 227 for no loss. And the partnership has wings. I cannot quantify how big they are. They are as big as the score that you are reading on your screen. Mahlikihla is on strike. He is on 97. Bidla, his partner, on 102. Bugaswe. He comes, grabs the rock. He's bowled 3 overs, gone for 33. And who would have thought that an economy of 11 is lower than the run rate? There's a chance there for Mpati. The ball was hit straight to him. The ball is running away and it puts Mahlikihla 1 run away from his century. 1 run away. They move the score to 229. Bugaswe. He's bowling with the rock. Mahlikihla gives it a Hlikihla as he plays it to the open area. He comes back for number 2. It's 100 for Mahlikihla. What a brilliant batting display as he reaches his century. The Gauteng boys cannot hear me. But it's 100 up. 231 for no loss. That is spectacular. What an inning. $101. Is he now giving it away? Man, he almost did. He really did. Someone should have alerted the Free State man that the ball was coming your way. No one let him know. Advancing down the pitch is Bidla. 1 run. They're coming back for number 2. This is crazy. I cannot believe there are still over 20 balls remaining. There is exactly 20 balls. Central Gauteng Lions celebrating the 100 for Mahligisha. Ball being squirted through the fielder and it passes through the second field ender deep. And it's 4 more runs as the heads are so low they might be off the shoulders of the Free State fielders. Thomas van Rooyen couldn't stop that one. And it's another 4. And somehow the thickness of the grass seems to have evaporated. Skids all the way to the boundary. Oh! It's a stumping. It's a stumping. And that is the fall of the first wicket, and what a partnership it has been. It nearly was a bowling. The ball could smell the off stump, but the batter was out of his crease, and just like that, Buhle Bidla, after a mesmerizing inning, 108 in 62 balls. Simply glorious. Wednesday afternoons have been a treat here at Durban, and they've been a treat to you at Pitch Vision watching this match. The first wicket has fallen for 238 runs. It's crazy that I'm not making these numbers up and I'm not commentating on a video game. This is reality, and Free States wish it was not. The run rate now at 14, and we are looking at a projected score of 280 runs. If we're really going to look at it at face value, you can say that it has decreased just a notch. Over number 10, we were looking at a projected score of 314. So in decreasing their run rates, they've saved themselves 34 runs. But 34 runs is nothing when the overall score could possibly be 280. The new man coming in, it's Schroeder. Joe Schroeder. The B1 batter for Central Gauteng Lions, wearing the number 23. Will he be the greatest? Also wearing a red kit. Bowling or batting against Bongani Bugaswe. Ooh, the connection is pure first ball, but it hits his runner flat on the bat. Prevents what could have been a brace of runs, but a quick single stolen nonetheless. Mahligisha still hot. He's on 102, and Joe Schroeder with the first ball, he gets 1. 239 for the loss of 1 wicket. $18 more balls remaining. It's as if the match has been going on forever. Central Gauteng Lions are still reeling from that defeat, and they've certainly stopped the bleeding now. B1 player Joe Schroeder. Here comes Simon Nama. Might as well say Simon Nama. Maybe he can replicate Simon Harmer. But Simon Nama, he is bowling to Joe Schroeder. Ball is popped up into the air from Schroeder. Jackson Marke, unaware of where the ball was, couldn't react on time. Neither could the wicketkeeper. Ball is taking its own sweet time to reach Schroeder, but it eventually does, and he drives that for 240 for 1. Look at that, running for 1. The throw is good to the bowler's end. The bowler is good. He grabbed that and hit the stumps, but Mahligihla was already home. 241 for 1. Schroeder, he's on strike. Has the tendency of popping the ball up into the air. Here's the ball drifting down into the legs. Quick single stolen. The throw is close onto the stumps, but the calling is exemplary. They play it out into the open mid-on area. Bongani Bugaswe is there. Mahligihla waits for his man to make it home until he starts running, and he too makes it home. 2 runs just like that, and they make it look easy. 245, and we still have 2 overs left. Surely whatever runs they're scoring now, they are all bonus runs. Here's Van Rooyen. He is bowling to Joe Schroeder. Coming from the commentator's end. Bowls it to the legs of Schroeder, nearly deflecting back onto the stumps. Umpire Mothalal on the square leg is unmoved. Neither is the score. Grunting with a quick delivery. It was going straight onto the stumps, and look at Schroeder doing the pose. Knee down as he proposes a couple. And so Mahligihla obliges and says, I do. 2 more runs added into the score, and it's 250 up for Central Gauteng Lions. A couple of dot balls from Van Rooyen. Happiness. They're coming back for a second run. Mahligisha is saying no. Now Mahligisha must make his way to a cross. And how quick is Mahligisha? He is lightning quick between the stumps, and he makes it to the other side in a flash before the ball makes it there. A single has been stolen. Remember, all runs scored from Joe Schroeder are doubled. So all of these counts. Bongani Bugaswe, fielding display on 100. The throw was just as good. The communication between the runners is absolutely atrocious for the past 3 bowls. We thank Mahligisha's speed. That is what Central Gauteng Lions are saying in their hearts. Otherwise, they would have had 2 wickets gone by now. It is very shaky. And the running back, maybe they need to just take some time here. Meet up in the pitch. Discuss plans on how their running should rotate. Because their hesitance might cost them future runs. Not as if they need any more. Now on 255 for 1 after 19 overs. But it's just to say, let's preserve those wickets and let us exploit every single opportunity. Number 1 coming into the bowling attack. Bobby Kanye. Bobby Kanye begins the very last over of the inning with a wide delivery. No matter how they end here, how they started has been absolutely top drawer. But just as top drawer as that delivery, dot balls at the end of the match. The shot is played, it's into the air, and there was a chance. There was a slight chance there for the fielder, Selubane. Crunches it into the air, does Mahligisha. They thinking about the second run. Maybe it's their strategy to confuse where the bowler must or where the thrower must throw. Because they do it nearly all the time. Bringing Joe Schroeder. He's on 12 from 12. Hits it into the air. The fielder dives onto his left. And Maloba can't latch onto that. Leaving the door open for a single. 262 with 3 balls remaining. Cranches it up into the air over Kumbulani Mpati. Is the ball rolling away for the boundary? No, it's not, as it's retrieved in the deep. They're running for going number 3. Look at Mahligisha coming for number 4. That deserves hands and rounds of applause. What brilliant running. He's been there from the start. And he actually called for that 4th run. Plays it at mid-wicket again. He's coming back for number 2. It's very much open. And he's Made it successfully. Last ball of the inning. Can they get up to 270? Mahligihla facing Kanye. Hits it straight back and the catch is dropped from Poppy. It was a dolly. And he's put it down. That would have been a sad way to end the inning for Mahligihla, who has been there from the very start. And his partnership with Bidla has been the heart of this absolutely mammoth score. 269 for 1. It has been a joy to watch and a joy to call, but there's still 20 more overs to go. Can it possibly become better by us watching a historic run chase from Free State? Can they possibly do it? We need to strap on our seat belts to find out in 10 minutes time as we go for the inning break. Go grab your coffee, go grab your water, cool yourself down after this heated cricket, because we still have 20 or more overs. We'll catch you in 10 minutes time. The run chase begins. 270 runs. And man, do they need to batter that bat. Central Gauteng Lions posting 269 runs at a point. You thought they were about to score 300 the way the two openers Buhle Bidla and Siavuya Mahlikihla were doing their thing at the top. Partnership with 238 runs. That set it and closed it even further. But do Free State have the keys? Do they have the skills to pick every single lock and leave this entrapment of a jail, which is the runs which are piling on the pressure? Can they really become a Free State? We have 120 balls to tell you that tale, and they have 270 runs to rescript history. It's pitch vision. Umpire Nduduzi Ntuli ready to get the game starting. Square leg umpire Manny Mothilal. Central Gauteng Lions won the toss and they elected to bat. They've only suffered one defeat in their 5 games so far. A 5-over match against KwaZulu-Natal. The home team making a fortress of their home. And Gauteng wanting to make a statement as defending champions. All they see is blood. Can they close it off? We have Bongani Busagwe, who is the opening batter. He's partnered by Thomas Royan. Samkelo Ngumalo, the runner for Buhle Bidla. Excellent job. Can he do it now with the ball? Right armour coming around the wickets to the right-handed Busagwe. First ball is played behind square. Love to see the pace that Van Rooyen is using in his sprinting down the crease. Makes it home. That's how we begin proceedings for Free State. Dude, what a throw! I was not ready for that. Joe Schroeder dives down to his left, stops it. Whew. Just missing the stumps. Bongani Busagwe, he is on strike now. He sweeps it onto the leg side and the fielding is brilliant from Gauteng. 2 square leg fielders there converging, tightening the pressure. You can see how close they are. Being stopped. Dots ball after dots ball. It is a song to Central Gauteng Lions. Popping it up into the air was Busagwe. Seemed not know what to do with that package delivered by Ngumalo or Kumalo. But no one that close. Busagwe, he's still on 1 from 4 balls. It's even hard to think what they want to do. The pressure is so immense. 270 runs for the victory. And they've only done 2 runs with the first over. It's 2 for no loss. They need 268. And they need to score big per over. 14 exactly. Can they do it against the bowling of Central Gauteng Lions? The tale will say that if Gauteng's bowling is anything close to their batting, Free States are going to have a very long afternoon. Coming in for the bowling, it's Buhle Bidla, the Centurion. Did it with the bat. Can he now do it with the ball? He has a good run up behind him, has good pace. Bowling to Thomas van Rooyen. Even a grunt comes through. Great stop. Fantastic throw. What a good throw coming from mid-wicket. But van Rooyen makes it home. That was a crazy good stop. Appeal with the ball coming straight down. Busagwe is not given marching orders by umpire Ntuli. It's a dot ball. Isaac Bidla with the throw 2 balls ago, stopping and throwing almost with the wicket. And it's a good ball to follow up all these pressures coming from Central Gauteng Lions. Bongani Busagwe 1 from 7 balls. That is not the way you want to start it, but maybe building up. Now he's starting to exploit the gaps. He's hesitant about the run. And this might be the differentiating factor. Bidla and Mahligihla took that single. Van Rooyen and Busagwe do not. And those incremental marginal growths in the score is what adds on to the scars. That is a very important concept for Free State to understand at this moment in time. That 1,000 slices still do the same damage as 1 slash of the blade. 2 overs gone, 3 runs, no wicket loss, and they need 267 runs from 108 balls. If you've ever wondered how climbing Mount Everest feels like, sit down and watch this match. Samkelo Khumalo, right armour coming around the wicket. He continues on, wearing the number 27 jersey, bowling to Thomas van Rooyen. Would have been nice to hear what the Free State's change room was sounding like. Into the air. And they get that single. They'll be happy with that one. But surely they want more. Something like that, responds Busagwe, hitting it over the head of mid-wicket. But remember, Busagwe is limping. Busagwe is limping, having a problem with the left hamstring. Valuing his wicket a lot here. A succession of dot balls. That's how we end the 3rd over. Once you target the feet, that is equivalent to the block hole. And once it's in the block hole, good luck scoring some runs. That's why it was the dot ball. 3 overs bowled, and it's 5 for no loss. 265. That is what they need. 102 balls. That is what they have. New bowler coming through, Joe Schroeder. Wearing number 23. Can he go 2-3 and get those wickets? Boom! As the first ball is played by Bongani Bukaswe. Going to the sweeper at the covers. Coming back for number 2, but the throw is offline. One run to begin the 4th over. A good stop in the deep by Zaza. Here is Schroeder. Fantastic bowling. Almost stopping it. We've seen that he's a very active fielder. Coming back for run number 2. Run number 2 does not come to life. Run number 2 does not come to life. And run number 2 is the same as the wicket for Bongani Busagwe. They are both no longer living, as he must take the walk back home. It's 6 for 1. It's 19 balls bowled. And it is really tough times for Free State. The vice grip is ever so tightening, ball by Central Lions. Lions are known for grabbing their prey by the neck and waiting until they suffocate to death until they devour their meal. Right now, they have their teeth right sunk into the throats of the Dragons. Of Free States, rather. It's right in there. The new batter coming in is Kumbulani Mpati.
Number 7.
A very good fielder. They now need him for his batting exploits. Seven for 1. We're just waiting for Kumbulani Mpati's runner. He's a B1 player, so it's important to remember that whatever runs he scored, they will be doubled. So his runs are invaluable for Free States. In preservation of his wickets, he will want the exchange to involve runs. But Joe Schroeder is on strike with the ball in hand. With the bat is Thomas Royan. Continues on with the good bowling. Here is Schroeder. He's bowling very well, actually. He continues, right arm over the wickets to the right-handed Thomas van Rooyen. And the ball is bowled off the pitch in front of off stump. And it's a no ball signalled by umpire Ntuli. The score goes up to 8 for 1. The ball is whacked behind square, and he is tentative to make his decision to run, and the tentativeness causes indecisiveness and no run taken eventually. Looks like a burning building across the street, but it's actually not, it's a chimney. Seems like the run scoring abilities have been thrown down the chimney that I just saw. They are unable to score. Last ball of the 4th over. Ball down the legs, and it's another dot ball. 3.4 dot balls in a row, only being excused by a no ball in between. Joe Schroeder starts well, and that's how we end the 4th over. Free States need to be scoring at 16 runs and over, but right now they are scoring at only 2. It's 8 after 4. It's hard to fathom and to calculate how they're going to dig themselves out of this hole. If you thought 6 feet were deep, this one might be a touch deeper. Mariana Trench might be the rival for this hole. That's the deepest hole in planet Earth that is known to us. But what we know for sure is that the new bowler coming in from the commentator's end is Isaac Bidla. And Isaac Bidla will be bowling to Kumbulani Mpati. Everything is ready. Bidla is a B2 player. Strong run-up, strong release, and good pace behind his first ball as he uses his right arm to come over the wicket. The ball curves away from the stumps. Sorry, Buff. Sorry, my gang. The mic can pick you up. That's that. Back on live with ball by ball action. I hope our mic can pick up the hadidas that are flying over us. Little birds coming on saying don't worry about a thing, but it's so hard to tell Free State that right now. Needing 261 from 94 balls. It is Isaac Bidla bowling to Kumbulani Mpati. And these lines outside the off stump seem to be reaping dividends for Central Gauteng Lions. Mpati can't seem to reach the ball. Standing on that 2 legs. Now shifting back to the leg stump in his guard. Bidla follows him down the legs, and it is excellent bowling. How confusing must this be? Couple of balls in front of off stump. Now you decide to move and come closer to where the off stump is, and then he says, well, I'm gonna go to where you were. What will he do to the penultimate ball of the over? Bowls it wide, reverting back to his strategy, but it's too wide as it rolls off the pitch. A no ball. Umpire Ntuli, that's what he signals to the scorers. 2 more balls still remaining, and that's how they reach double digits. Another ball that has been rolled off the pitch. Gift of the givers. They also doing work. They wear red sometimes. .259 runs needed. And it's a slower ball. What an excellent ball that is. That is stupendous. Oh, that deserves a round of applause. How good was that execution of his plan to dismiss the batter? Balls going outside off stump, adjusts his starting point, going behind the legs, adjusts again, and then completely kills the pace of the next ball. The batter had to swing 2 times and still the ball didn't reach him. And it gently dabs his knee and leg before wicket. Leg before wicket. There are some delegations on what's really happening. But from the celebrations, from the decisions, from what we've seen, the batter has been stuck. We're gonna clear up what's happening for you in a moment. Look at this. We have a review. Umpire Mothalal is coming through. The umpire's decision, strange that it's not standing. But we'll hear what the issue is. Your decision stands.
Out.
The confusion has been sorted. The batter couldn't believe that he was deceived so much. The ball was rolling at 0 kilometers an hour. And it dabs the knee. The batter really thought he hit the ball first, but it certainly was not the case. We have concrete proof. But coming into bat now, Modiba Maloba. It's Isaac Bidla. Back to his original pace. It was so brilliant. So brilliant. fast blind bowling at its finest. That's how we end the 5th over. It's 12 for 2. They are scoring at 2.4. The required rate now is slowly moving its way to the 20 run per over mark. And sometimes you fall into the sunken place where there is no road for return. 20 runs and over might be that place. Oh no! What could be that place even further is a wicket. Joe Schroeder continues bowling. The ball popped back to him, and for some reason Thomas Royan thought that he had a run. He was halfway down. Schroeder completes the run out. That was poor running. That is a wicket.
Number 3, 13, 14.
The wicket has been completed. It is 12 for 3.
13.
You can see that target for yourself, cricket lovers. 270 in 120 balls. They have already used 31. And they haven't made even the slightest dent on the target. Still 258 required. Oh, bowled him! Fantastic bowling from Joe Schroeder, and what a man he is! Bowling it onto the leg stump. Maloba spins around as the ball deflects back into the stumps. And that's wicket number 4. Central Gauteng Lions are not letting this one breathe at all. So much so that the breeze that was gracing us has disappeared. 12 for 3 turns to 12 for 4. Joe Schroeder, what a player. This brings into the pitch Jackson Mage. Walking in, taking his time. There's a lot to process, much like there is a lot to score. Jackson Mage makes it onto the pitch. They need 258. Bob. I'm trying to think of a song that speaks of sadness, pain and anguish. Might heal the hearts of the people in the Free States as Jackson Mage begins his campaign to help Free State chip off the runs that they need until they reach something close to the 270 that has been set on them. It's Joe Schroeder bowling to Jackson Marke. Marke makes a good connection, a quick run that has been taken, and Selemela makes it to the other side. Missing his lines, a rarity from Joe Schroeder. A rarity. But now, if there was a horn, we'd have a free hit. Here comes Joe Schroeder to a moving delivery. What a beautiful ball that was. It literally went around the line of the stumps and it went to hit the off stump. What brilliant, brilliant bowling that was from Joe Schroeder. So, front foot. That's how we bring the end to the 6th over. It's 15 for 4. That was sweet, very sweet, but bitter, because it was a free hit. Jackson Marke now on strike. Selemela counting his lucky stars. They running quick for the single, and they run it quick successfully. 2 runs added to the score. Smashed up into the air. Selemela makes good connection. But Kumalo, with the protection, throws it back. And it's a rejection of more runs for Free State. That's been the case for the inning. Barely scoring at 3 runs and over. Barely causing any worry to the team in red. Very quick delivery being bowled by Bidla. Even has a gather step to follow on his run up is a complete bowling. Only difference is the underarm. Missing that line, but it's a dot ball. No balls signalled by umpire Nduli. Ball rolling off the pitch. Bidla is still going at less than 5 runs and over. That counts for real loads. Marke goes down onto his knees as he misses the ball going behind his feet. That leaves us with one last ball for the 7th over. Gauteng needing to keep it tight as they have been for all this time. All it takes is 6. All it takes is just 6 balls, which have each and every single batting name on the lineup on the ball. That's how they can end this quick and fast, or they can really hurt Free State. Pops up into the air just for a bit, and the man who is standing at the short mid-on, right almost at the square. Does the collection to end the 7th over. It is 19-1-9 for the loss of 4 wickets. They chasing 280. They need 251 runs. If this over does not go for 19, the required run rates will definitely climb up to 20. Joe Schroeder. He is the man with the ball right now for Central Gauteng Lions. Testing the readiness of everybody. No ball from Joe Schroeder. Bowls it outside the line of the off stump. A good ball it was. It being a dot, but an extra delivery does not count as such. Beginning the 8th, once again, it's Joe Schroeder bowling to Mojalefa Selemela. Selemela makes the connection, but the captaining is to the T. A man stationed exactly to where the ball went. Still, no runs being scored. Zvuyiso Kwai, number 26. He's the man standing at the short, fine leg area. No one out on the outer ring. Whew. He was really going for that, was Selemela. The ball seemed to come back towards him from Joe Schroeder, which is why he completely missed it. But still, it's a no ball signaled by umpire Nduduzo Ntuli. They make it across for an easy single. If anything, that's what they must try and do most of. They must communicate, find out where the gaps are, and be very convicted in the runs that they call for. Another dot, another no ball. Joe Schroeder goes straighter, but umpire Nduli is not moved with the light appeal coming from the players. Seems like it caught the bat. Can't be adjudged LBW. Very quick ball coming from Joe Schroeder with good direction as well. Going straight for the middle stump as it curves away from the right-handed batter. A dot ball, which is more key here. 2 more balls remaining for the 8th over. Score is 23 for 4. These balls are actually very problematic for Jackson Mate. He's guarding his stumps. He has his feet there. If the ball is missed, it might be curtains. Comes back and it just hits the gloves, and that's how Joe Schroeder ends the over. It is 23 for 4. He's only gone for 10 runs in his 3 overs, 1 wicket, and that economy rate definitely leaving an impression at 3.33 when the team needs to be scoring at 20 and a half. 20 and a half. That is the only way they're going to get to 247 with the allotment of overs that they have, which are 12. if anyone is listening to this, it would be really nice to know if any team has scored 247 runs in 12 overs in any format of the game. Once you find that out, channel that spirit of that game to what Free States need to do here. It is Mojalefa Selemela batting against Samkelo Khumalo. Samkelo Khumalo continues around the wickets, but he starts off with a no ball. That is what umpire Ntuli signals. Cracks it straight back to the batter. Luckily enough, the non-striker was not halfway down the pitch. We see that happen more often than not, but it's still 24 for 4. Oh! One more coat of paint and that ball hits those stumps. But he survives after the deflection, the ball hitting the legs of Selemela. Khumalo causing problems with his angles of attack, but not with that ball. Finally making a connection is Mojalefa Selemela. The connection is not strong enough for the ball to reach the boundary though. It is collected in the deep. And right here on the pitch, 2 more runs exchanged between Mojalefa Selemela and Jackson Make. No ball. The ball did not pitch from Samkelo Khumalo. Coming back for a second run. Can he throw it on time, on target? Ooh, he fumbles it. And he doesn't, because he just parried it back to the stumps. It was a purposeful fumble which fumbled the ball back onto the stumps before the fee batter made it back home. That is how Mojalefa Selemela loses his wicket. It's actually Jackson Make who loses his wicket. Jackson Make must walk back. His runner couldn't make it back home. He was forced into making the run by Selemela. He was already on the other side. Left with a decision of either he goes back or he runs across. He chose to run across and just didn't make it. Otherwise, 4 for 12 is how Jackson Make showed. From what is required in this game, a lot of question marks. It's Mojalefa Selemela who is still on strike. Simon Nama is on the non-striker. Ball curving back to the feet of Selemela. He guides that to the deep square leg boundary and it's well collected, thrown back, and it's a single. 2 more balls remaining in the over. The score is 29 for 5. Wow. Required run rate now 21.26. Mammoth. Nama is getting himself ready. He has marked his guard, taking a look at what's happening in the field. Samkelo Khumalo is ready as well around the wicket. Ball played behind square. You can see why Nama was looking around. Could have been a second, but Selemela thinks best of it as he calls his man back, or pushes him back rather. And that's how we bring the end to the 9th over. We are on 30 runs for 5. 66 balls remaining in the inning. 240 runs. They currently scoring at a very low 3.33, when in actuality they need to be scoring at 21.
Dokotela.
Aglalek Maunemali. Dr. Malinga, does he have money in his hand to claim the wicket of Simon Nama? He bowls a wide delivery to start it off. Oh, and Simon Nama makes a connection of note. Wanama Umfana, as he bags that for a 4, reversing his stroke and hitting it to third man. 34 for 5 as we see the first boundary of the inning. Dr. Malinga, he must come back. He's coming around the wickets with his right hand, bowling to the right-handed Simon Nama. No run. Kwai, who's standing right behind the wicketkeeper, not right, just slanted, standing on the wicketkeeper's 7 o'clock. Nama, he's been quietened down just for a touch. A dot ball by Dr. Malinga. Ball curving away from Dr. Malinga. Dr. Malinga is an actual B1 bowler. You can't see he's bowling to Nama, who's a B2 batter. He can see just a little bit. Coming down the track and just blocking that ball which was on its way to the stumps. In other circumstances, this might have been good, but in these circumstances, they need a flash of magic and another one and another one and another one, given how high this hill they need to climb is. Simon Nama plays it behind squares. He walks across the stumps. The throw is to the bowler's end, and the batters have crossed paths. Wow. 1 run added to the score to bring the end to the 10th over of the inning. Halfway through it, it's 36 for 5. At the very same time, after 10 overs, Central Gauteng Lions, believe me when I tell you, they were 121 runs ahead. They were stationed on 157, and they had not lost a wicket as yet. Different tales. It's as if we are watching 2 different grounds, 2 different balls, but that is the difference between the 2 different teams. In comes Siyavuya Mahlikihla. Ooh, did you see the ball getting a little bit of bounce assisted by the pitch? That's a new factor. The bobbles might be worrisome if the bowler has enough pace. Ooh, what a fast ball this is by Siyavuya Mahlikihla. Left me a little bit breathless. He just scored 100. He was running forever. And here he is, still with pace behind his right arm. It's picked up by the fine leg fielder. Just a single. .38 for 5. The sun is starting to set. It might just be the same thing if they grab another wicket here, Gauteng. Oh, and this might be it. This definitely might be it. And it is certainly it. The sun is setting. And now we can firmly say, so is this run chase for Free State. 38 for 6. They still need over 200 runs for the victory. But at the same time, Central Gauteng Lions need to keep what they have been doing going, because this is how they will claim the victory. They need to take these wickets within an allotment of 16 overs. It is 38 for 2. Come. It's 38 for 2. They need 232. They have 56 balls and they have 4 wickets in hand. They must score at 25 runs per over, but at the same time, Central Gauteng Lions, with the hand of Siyavuya Mahlikihla, comes down with his extraordinary pace. It's well defended and fielded by the short mid-wicket fielder. Give him his plaudits. Dr. Malinga standing at short mid-wicket, completely blind, feeling and hearing the ball and stopping it, and Siyavuya Mahlikihla nearly missing or hitting the stumps. Overcalled by the scorers. The call is heard by umpire Ntuli, and Ntuli calls the over. It is 11 gone. 38 for 6. The score or equation is as funny as it is sad. 232 from 54 balls. At this point, they need to be scoring at over 4 runs per ball. The Mariana Trench might be shallower than the hole that Free State might be finding themselves in here. And Central Lions, they have the shovel, digging it deeper. Dr. Malinga, 6 runs in his first over, continues around the wickets, bowling to Papi Kenyi. Reversing that stroke is Kenyi, and it's just 1 run as the man at the D stops that. He threw it back and just hits Joe Schroeder. Schroeder was unaware. No ball bowled by Dr. Malinga. We have a few people running around the local grounds. The batters should take lessons and try to rotate the strike. Getting ones is better than getting dot balls, and they need to run hard. And they only run for one. Kumalo making the cleanup, and it's just a single. 41 for 6. The partnership only worth 3 runs. Comes across as the ball was bowled outside the off stump, and he slashes at that one in front of mid wicket. It's another single. Cracking shot coming from Silamela. Does it have the legs? It doesn't. It certainly had the wings though. But once it hit the ground, it turned into a bird. 2 runs. It's 44 for 6. 226 needed. 50 balls. They have 4 wickets remaining, which is a much healthier equation. Switching the spotlights to Central Gauteng Lions, who tried going for a stumping. Oh, not making it to the mid-on fielder. Going again was Silamela. He's happy and confident to go up into the air. Very confident. Taking on the man. The man could not strike back hard enough in order to complete the catch. Didn't even reach the ball. The ball could not reach the boundary as they exchange a couple. That's how we bring the end to the 12th over. It's 46 for the loss of 6 wickets. The required run rate now nearing 30. It is fixed at 28 runs. They need to do magic. They need 3 4s, 3 6s. Per over from now onwards. It's gonna be very hard with the fast bowling of Siavuya Mahlikihla. Keep on wanting to say Malahlela. But Mahlikihla with the number 2 coming around the wicket. Right armour going across. It's a quick ball before the batter could even react. Ball smashing the bat. And it's another single. At least what they're getting into the rhythm of here now, Free States, is the ability to keep the runs ticking just a bit by bit, steadily reaching that 50 mark, now on 47. The ball hits the legs. It's an appeal by the Central Gauteng Lions, but the ball was going down leg stump. Coming around the wickets with the right arm, the angle already was not allowing the ball to drift back onto the stumps. So it still remains 47 for 6 with halfway through the 13th over. Makes a connection as the ball was drifting away, and it has been stopped. The throw is good. Loving the cricket that is being exhibited by Gauteng. They know exactly what they need to do. They seem well coached. 48 for 6. That's where Free States are. 2-2-2 is what they need, and 4-4 balls with 4 wickets. Things are always aligning in the scoreboard. It's funny. But what also needs to align are the runs that they need to score here. They need to align their bodies, their bats with the ball, transfer the weights properly, pick their gaps, run between the wickets hard, run between the wickets well. But much like everything in life, it's easier said than done, especially if the bowling from Siyavuya makes everyone happy from Central Gauteng Lions. It brings the end to the 13th over. 48 for 6. They need to be scoring at 31 runs and over now. Definitely seems unlikely. John. Swim. First ball starting off from Dr. Malinga, his 3rd over. And like basic high technique. Ball comes on straight and it has been slashed across. The man at the deep mid wickets does the collection and it's 1 run. Here comes Malinga to Kenyi. Ball curves away from Kenyi. And look at that, it's another dot ball. Goes up into the air and the ball has been snatched. That's wicket number 7, caught at the mid-wicket. The ball was ball straight, looking for a shot, a hard one. Goes into the air, goes well, but does not find open space. As the ball was flying, its route was obstructed by the hands of the fielder. And it's 49 for 7. Once more, a game nearing its close. Central Gauteng Lions look poised for their 5th victory in 6 games. They were unhappy with the 5-over defeat to KZN. They went back home and jammed some Bob Marley singing the redemption song. And now they are redeeming everything about that loss. 49 for 7. They need 3 more wickets to complete the victory. In return, Free State needs to score 6 runs per ball. Here's Patrick Taiwo. He will be facing up to Dr. Malinga, who has 2 more balls. None of the Gauteng bowlers going at over 6. First ball being hit by Patrick Taiwo, who is a B1 player. Remember that all of these 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and 6s that are being played by Patrick Taiwo, they will be doubled since he's a B1 batter. Facing Dr. Malinga, who is a B1 bowler, but unfortunately his wickets are not doubled. Neither are his dot balls, but they are as valuable as any other thing. And that is exactly how he ends the 14th over. 7 wickets down. We are averaging 1 wicket every 2 overs. And we are seeing 3.5 runs per over. So we are averaging 7 runs and 1 wicket every 2 overs. a sad tale for Free State. Every 2 overs, they needed to be scoring 35 runs. They certainly not scoring 35 runs and over. They haven't been able to do so. Their required run rates now over 37. They need 221 in 36 balls. And here we have Isaac Bidla bowling to Mojalefa Selemela. Ball is outside the off stump and he begins with a dot ball. 35 balls remaining in the match. Isaac Bidla, right arm, coming over the wickets, bowling to the right-handed Mojalefa Selemela. Ooh, how close was that to hitting the leg stump? But the ball not pitching. So that signals a no ball by umpire Nduduzo Ntuli. Isaac Bidla must repeat that delivery. And that's how they reach their 50 Free States blind cricket. Bidla grunts. Bidla stops it excellently in cleaning up his own mess. Sweeps it with his right foot. Looks like David De Gea for a moment. Isaac Bidla comes through to Selemela again. Cross bats it through mid-wicket. Square leg comes across. It's Mahligihla was looking to hit that ball with the stumps. Overthrows, number 3, going to the wicket-keeper's end. Will he make it? Yes, he does. Kenyi, he was late to respond to the call done by Selemela, who saw the opportunity for run number 3. And luckily enough, the throw was not of too much juice and power, not getting to the wicket-keeper on time, and they're able to complete their 3rd run. 53 for 7. Needing 217 in 33 balls with 3 wickets. Another time to align is lovely. What isn't lovely though is the change of weather that we're experiencing here in Durban. The blue skies are no longer as the sun has laid to rest and looks to put light somewhere else on earth. Crazy slower ball again from Isaac Bidla. We saw that is how he took the wicket. A wicket which the batter found and deemed unbelievable. Kumbulani Mpati was not happy with that wicket, but it was so well worked by Bidla, using the very same strategy. But he comes now for the last ball. Quicker delivery, and it is absolutely genius. It is genius from Bidla. Slow ball and a quicker one, beating the batter for pace, and the accuracy is to the line of the leg stump, and that is how he bags yet another wicket. It's 8 down now for Free State. The cooler box, I'm sure Central Gauteng are ready to party. They need 2 more wickets. It's 8 down. And on the other side of the equation, looking at it makes my heart heavy. Free State's blind crickets need 217 runs. They need to do this in 30 balls with the last 2 batters out. It has gone cold, reminiscent of the frozen run scoring. The drinks break is over. The game is nearly over. And it's the beginning of a new over. Over number 16. 53 for 8 is the score. On. $5,000. Those are the amounts of runs that seem to be on the board here. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there's 2 wickets left and there's 30 balls remaining in the inning to reply to the 269 that Central Gauteng Lions posted. How are they going to do this? How are Lions going to close off the show? Hitting the legs as Dr. Malinga is bowling straight through, starting his 4th over. It's on the leg stump, hitting the legs. Very hard to play those. The Lion is starting to let loose of the vice grip it has on the throats because the life has seemingly been taken away. They are about to start devouring their meal in Free State. But how long can Free State hold on until the Lions can enjoy their feast? It all seems cast in stone with the required run rates being 45. And you are not going to bring that required run rates down with a single. But what you will do is just keep the Lions team out there for longer. What you will do is boost the team's confidence and try to end the game with some form of dignity and hopefully not lose all your wickets. Kwayi coming close into the short third man. Right armour around the wickets, bowling to the left-handed Pandle. Popped up into the air and it seemed as if the wicketkeeper was going to get there in time. Alas, not the case. Still Dr. Malinga bowling to the left-handed. The ball is behind the legs and off the pitch. No ball signalled by Ntuli, and it must be repeated by Malinga. The game took a long time. They seem to be appealing for hit wicket. Pandle, number 19, is standing his ground saying, I didn't hear the stumps. Number 11, Muhle Bidla. He's saying it definitely hit the stumps. But their energies are high. They're throwing a little bit of a jab to the batters, making their stay both physically and mentally difficult. Here comes Dr. Malinga with 2 more balls remaining in his over, bowling to Pandle. A dodge ball for the penultimate ball of his spell. Now for the last one to bring curtains to what has been brilliance in bowling. Bowls it wide outside the off stump. And umpire Ntuli ends the over. It's 16 gone. Dr. Malinga, his spell is over. 4 overs, 1 wicket, and only conceding 17 runs. That is a good one if the required run rate was 17 at the beginning of the over. So he's doing very well and done very well. Captain will be happy. Now 4 more overs remaining. Joe Schroeder. True, that is a quick ball. I sometimes forget that he is a quick man, Joe Schroeder. Going straight for the stumps. He's a B1 bowler, and remember, the rules of the game say that 40% of the overs must be bowled by B1s. So with 20 overs bowled, B1 players must be responsible for 8 of those. Joe Schroeder starting his 4th already. Dr. Malinga already having bowled his 4. And that one is on the 4th stump. Bowling it across the right-hander with his right arm coming over the wicket. It's Joe Schroeder bowling to Pandle Pandle. I too need to take off my sunglasses now. There's absolutely no sun in the sky. Bowls it very, very, very wide, and it seems like Pandle is not even aware of where the ball is coming from. Feelings of a straighter, quicker delivery, just like Isaac Bedler did. It's just in the air somewhere. 2 more balls remaining till the end of the 17th over. It's Joe Schroeder again. 1 run off the over, and look at him try. Just missing his lines. Going for the legs, was trying to aim for those stumps. Very, very good attempt from Joe Schroeder. Now he has last ball to bowl to Pandle Pandle. And that is the end of what has been a brilliant over and a magnificent spell from Schroeder. The 2 B1 bowlers responsible for 8 overs, and they went for only 28. That is under 4 runs and over, and they took 2 wickets as a partnership. What a way to do your thing for your team, Joe Schroeder. What a way to do things for your team, Dr. Malinga. That is the end of the over. It's 56 for 8. They need 2 more wickets, or they need to bowl out these last 18 balls. It's Buhle Bidla. He's starting off his 2nd over, and his 1st over only went for 1 run. Ooh, straight ball. Even he was like, oh, that was close. Able to get down to it is Selemela. And he guides that to the mid-wickets for just a single, bringing on Pandle Pandle into the strike. Hasn't scored a single run in 10 balls. Ooh. Selemela has scored 20 in 36. The ball is up into the air, and he has completed the catch. He dropped it. He dropped it. Umpire Ntuli can't get past him. So close. Round number 2, Buhle Bidla. It seems like Pandle Pandle is a bit shocked by the ball hitting his bat. It comes on so quickly. It's a crunching sound off the bat. Three dot balls in a row. They're running through for it. Kenyi, very, very late to react. Selemela called for it. And it's a single. Two. So close to hitting the off stump, and they will take the bye. That's how we end the 18th over. It's 60 runs. Run rate at 3.33. Let me not even tell you what the required rate is. But since it's my job, I will. And it has 105. They need 210 in 12 balls. The least they could be trying to do is to avoid the follow-on. Just score 10 more runs in the last 2 overs. Mahliga is not looking to do that, but the batter is out. The batter seemed to hit his toe. He couldn't make the run. Could be sorted commentary wise. JD. Any message now, yeah, your hand private. It's a quick single that has been taken. Mahliga pulls it outside the off stump. It's a dot ball. Ooh, what a slow ball from Mahliga. It was a very slow ball, nearly missing the stumps, and it was good calculations from Panje to evade that ball.
It's dark.
Just 8 more balls remaining in the match. Just trying to sort out what's happening. We don't understand what has gone on. but the batter's walking off the field. We're just gonna try find out the information for you.
Uphumile. Awubafethu.
There was not much of an appeal. And what we are hearing is that it's a wicket. He hit his stumps. We didn't hear an appeal, which is why we're a little bit confused. Yeah, David, 9. Message 7 down. It's 19 overs gone. 62 for no loss, and it seems like they've come to an agreement. There was one more over remaining and 208 runs. The sun has set. The players are already visually impaired, so it's getting even harder to see the ball with the little vision that they have. The sun no longer helping, and with the equation impossible. It's 208 needed in the last over, and so Central Gauteng Lions win the game. They will make their way to the playoffs tomorrow, which will happen at the Oval and Kingsmead. So join us at Pitch Vision TV, which ought to be so much fun. It has been glorious bringing you here, Tills. So it's how we close the show here at Tills Crescent Sports Ground. They came, and it's the end of the game. $62 for 9. Very bad. I pause. And that's the end of the game. Thank you so much for joining us here at Pitch Vision. Central Gauteng Lions have won this game, and they have won it big. 201 runs is the victory. And it has been a pleasure bringing you all ball-by-ball action here at Tills Crescent Sports Ground. Like we said, join us again tomorrow at Kingsmead and the Oval, where we bring you the two semi-finals and the eventual final happening at 1 in the afternoon.